Hey guys, sorry. I'm trying to get this to come up on my phone so that I can. There we go. There we go. Let me turn it down now. All right, let's see. This way I'll be able to see comments because y'all know otherwise I can't see comments. So, okay. Maybe I have to turn it this way so I can see comments. There we go. Okay. Hey, Haley, how are you, girl? Yeah, I can't see comments on here. It drives me crazy. So today for our Tuesday training, I want to talk a little bit about hostess coaching because I really think that it is so important that we do that. And I'm going to talk about why, and then I'm going to show you some of the things that I do for hostess coaching. Just now, my second cup of coffee, y'all, because I had to leave early and drop my Jeep off. And what is in the way? There we go. The phone is, I was like, what is that in there? Okay, so let me share my screen. So before I share my screen, good morning, beautiful. Before I share my screen, I want to talk a little bit about why hostess coaching is so important. And the reality is this. If your hostess, hey Jasmine, if your hostess is not involved in their own party, it's almost always going to be a flop. Now, I'm sure that there's, a rule breaker always that, some parties may do okay. But here's the reality. When you ask someone to host and they agree, if they're not involved in that party at all, you're probably not going to see as much interaction. It's not going to be as successful. And here's the thing. It's so important that you coach your hostess prior to, so that your hostess know, or host in general, could be a guy or a girl, but so that they know exactly what you expect of them. And I say that I don't say that lightly. You should expect more out of your hostess. If they're the ones that are going to get the rewards, you should expect them to be involved in it. Now, they should not be doing more work than you. I'm not saying that at all. But here's the thing. If you tell them ahead of time what to expect, what you're going to be doing, hey, Amber, then it just is going to be more helpful because you guys are then on this mutual wavelength. So I'm going to go over a couple different ways and what I do and how far in advance I do them. Now, I'm going to preface it with this. There are times, especially like right now, where we might be doing last minute parties. And in that case, if you're saying, oh yeah, let's do it right now in February before we lose all of these amazing sales and discounts, then obviously you can't do this, but it doesn't mean that you can't advance it and still do a lot of it. So let me put my spectacles on and I'm going to share my screen. And then I'm going to show you what I do. Okay, so I'm going to start over here in Project Broadcast. I have moved everything now that I do is either going to be between Project Broadcast and Boards app. I used to do a lot in Visly, and it's a lot of work. I'm not saying that this isn't a lot of work, but to me, it feels like it's less work and it's automated. So the Project Broadcast, I'm really, really, really weighing heavily on using Project Broadcast because for me, it just makes sense. Now, if paying for Project Broadcast is not an option for you, then I highly recommend the Boards app. And I'm going to go over both to show you. But this is my Project Broadcast, and you can see I just call it host coaching to start 7 days before the event. So ideally, we should be booking now for events that are going to happen in March and April. And I did see a post where Courtney was questioning anybody. I just saw it because I've been crazy. I was out of town. Well, it's a long story. Anyway, I'm just now catching up. So I think, is asking if anybody wants to do a booking blitz. And I say, yes, let's go for it. So I will respond to that when I'm done here. But ideally, you want to start these messages 7 days before your actual event is scheduled to take place. So this is my very first message. Let me scroll down here. So, let me see if I can edit it. Okay, here we go. So it just has this cute little banner. Thank you for hosting. And it just says, hey, I'm so excited you said yes to Ascent event. Now, here's the thing, guys. Call it whatever you want. Call it Ascent event. Call it a, party if you want. I tend to stay away from the word party. When I'm talking to you guys, I may say party, but when I'm talking to them, I tend to not. I call it Ascent shop or Ascent event or an online event, anything, because I feel like party, everyone hears that word and I think it automatically has like this negative, connotation to it. So I choose to not do that. But this is just an initial message. Hey, I'm so excited you said yes to Ascent event. I love doing online get-togethers and meeting new people and sharing what I love. So I really appreciate your support for this business. And most importantly here, guys, you're telling them, I want to get you all of these rewards. So that's my very first message. And that's going to go out 7 days before their event is scheduled to start. The reason I feel like that is so important is because you're giving them a week to prepare. They may have forgotten that they had even scheduled this event with you. So giving them 7 days and saying, hey girl, it's coming up, also gives them the time, if they want to make up an objection and say, hey guys, this week really isn't good for me. Can we push it? It gives you a little bit of wiggle room. Okay, so then my second message, now by this time we should have this, but like, for example, if you're doing a booking blitz and let's say we do that tomorrow and we say, hey, I'm really trying to fill my schedule for March, they may not have this yet. So I have this cute little diagram here and I can share any of these with you. But it says, by now we've probably decided the type of event that you want, but I offer several ways to host. In-home, Facebook, bingo, scroll and shop, sample sacks, and look at all the possible rewards. My goal is to get you as many rewards as I can. Let me know if we need to adjust anything along the way, and feel free to call if you want to chat or would like more information. Now, the reason I'm putting my cell phone number here is because these messages are all coming from Project Broadcast. So it's a 252 number. So I want them to know if they want to physically talk, all they have to do is call. And this one here is scheduled also for the same day, that 7th day before. But this little diagram here, let me see. I think I do not have any more over there. I need to print some more of those, but that just shows them different party styles that are available to them. And I listed them here as well, but that's what that is. Okay, the next one, and you can see all of these they're called a 1-day delay, but these are all going in the same day, okay, which is 7 days ahead. Then this one here is just and again, I hate that these aren't a little bit bigger, but this one is just showing them what their rewards are. Like the 1 to 200 in sales, you're going to get 1/2 off and $20. So that's all that is just an image for them to see. And then the last one that I'm going to send, and again, this is 7 days before. The last one is a Battle of the Hostess picture. And it just says your event will be open for about a week. Throughout the week, I will be sharing tips and tricks, product info, what Scentsy is about, as well as how to save. The key to a successful social is to have interaction. The more you interact between you and your friends, the better the social will turn out. Want to step it up a little? Choose to have a Battle of the Hostess. So all this is doing, and again, there's still time because this is still a full 7 days before the event is scheduled to start, but it just throws that out there that they may have a friend at work, they may have like this friendly competition. So who knows if you, and I've never had it happen. It's never happened, but that's okay. It doesn't stop me from trying it. But they may have a friend that they just like to do stuff like this with, and they may want to do a Battle of the Hostess. If that's the case and they say, heck yeah, old girl over here wants to do it, then you're going to reach out to old girl over there. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to start setting her event up so that they're running at the same time. So those are all 7 days before. Now we're at 4 days before. So there's a couple days of breathe room in there, 3 days for her to still know that the party's coming, and still kind of know, but you're not feeling over pressured. So then 4 days before, she's going to get this, and this is just a little wish list. And it, again, I wish it was bigger, but all it does, it has things that she wants, gifts that she might want to give, stuff like that. So are you getting excited yet? In your Sense Social packet, which I would have already sent to her, I have provided some information to help make this as best as it can be. There should be some tips and tricks, and all that is thank your friends if they place an order, communicate with them. If you see something that you think your person would like, then jump all over and be like, oh my God, Amber, this would look so good in Scarlett's room. Or, oh my God, Jasmine, this would be so awesome in your living room. Can you imagine? So it's all about excitement, guys. And also knowing that you're thinking about them or that they're thinking about their friends. And that's the key. You have to kind of put these bugs in their ear because they don't know that sometimes something that simple can be the difference. So if you're hosting an event or if you are the host, let's just say that you decide to do a party for party and it's a Pampered Chef party that you're having. And your Pampered Chef girl is going to have a Scentsy party for you. While she's pulling off that Pampered Chef party for you, if you see something that you use in your kitchen, like for example, the cup slicer, I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there. Excuse me. That thing is amazing. When my grandbabies are here, I use it nonstop because they really like strawberries, and I can literally open it up and go chink, 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 and they're all cut. Or if you're doing charcuterie boards. So that's what you want them to do as far as Scentsy goes, the same as you would do for Pampered Chef. You would be calling out your friend and going, oh my gosh, Becky, have you seen this cup slicer? I know you do charcuterie boards and these slice them perfectly. No different. You want whoever your hostess is to be thinking about her friends as you're posting these posts and thinking about what her friend would like or something that she could see her friend using or a scent. Her friend loves coconut. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Are you picky with who you let host? Say you have a party and it flops. Hope doesn't listen or interact. Would you let that person host again? So I'm going to tell you, I'm pretty tough when it comes to stuff like that. Give me 1 second. I need coffee. Okay. I'm pretty tough when it comes to stuff like that. If I have a hostess that is not communicating at all, I will send her messages. I will also try to interact with her friends as best I can, but I'll send her messages and I'll say, hey, can you go and comment on some of these posts? Or can you, your friend asked a question, maybe go in there and comment. If they just don't, then no. And I will tell you that I have a gal who has hosted a couple of times with me, and almost always her parties flop. And so after, I think the second one that really just flopped where there was zero interaction, now if I play a game that's like a pick your party or something like that, if she signs up, I just find a really polite way to say, hey girl, we haven't had a lot of luck. I just don't think that, your friends are that interested or whatever. So to answer your question long and short, I would probably give them a second time. I probably would not give them a third time. Now, if I have a hostess who has done everything right and her friends just weren't interested and her friends just didn't buy anything or weren't interacting, then in that case, yes, I would. But I would try to get her to do a whole different style. So like if you did a Facebook party and it completely flopped and she did everything, she interacted on every post, she called her friends out, because I've actually had that happen. I've had a hostess who is just amazing, but her friends just simply aren't interested in Scentsy. So when that happened, if she wanted to have another one, I would do it, but I would say, hey, let's try a different style. Let's do like the new style that I'm doing now, which is all done through Project Broadcast. I'm finally getting a little bit of momentum on that. So I would try to say to her, hey, let's try it this way, because last time it wasn't quite as successful as we would have liked. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, so we're back to here. This is again 4 days before. And what I want to know now, I want to get her wish list. I want to know what the items are on her list that she wants. And the reason that I do that, you're welcome, girly. The reason that I do that is because if I have those items here, I will spotlight them. I will totally go live. Like if they tell me I want the Stargaze diffuser, I'm going to go live. I'm going to have a whole different diffuser shade on, and I'm going to talk about how awesome these daggone things are. And then, when I get closer to the end and I'm talking about like whatever other shade I have on there, I'm going to go, and your hostess, whatever her name is, really wants this Stargaze diffuser. So let me show you why she wants it. And then I would change the shades to show the Stargaze. But if you have it, I try to get them to do at least 3 things. I'm like, I want to know what your 3 top, it could be wax. If it's wax, I'm going to be like, your girl really wants this wax. This is why she wants it. That's the key, guys. You need to make your parties about your hostesses. And the only way you can do that, I'm about to knock all the wax bars over. I'm going to leave those alone over there. Squirrel, did you see it? So anyway, but whatever it is, highlight those items, go live, show them, talk about them, explain them. And that's, so you need at least 3 items, because if they get 1 half off and $20 in free stuff, then that's at least 2 items. But you also know at that same time that they're going to have that perpetual party reward that you're going to give them whether somebody else hosts or not. So you need at least 3 items that you can highlight. And even if you don't have those items, you can still talk about them and then go live on something else. So anyway, I have them fill this out and I ask them to send that back to me. And that's, again, just for my purposes. And we're still at 4 days. So now interaction. Here's where I'm telling them how important it is to interact. And this is another image. It's just like some friends on there. And it says, if you chose, I think I need to go live. I think all my parties this year are flops. I need to do something different. Yes. And Jasmine, I'm going to talk about that in just a minute as well. Okay, so this drip message, this is still on 4 days before, and it's a picture of friends, and it says they're here to support you, so the more you interact with them, the more they will see. Not to mention, your event will be way more fun if folks interact. It is imperative that your hostesses are commenting on all of the posts, if not all of them, at least most of them, and that they're actually calling their friends out. I think that is part of where the algorithms get so messed up with Facebook. When you have a party and there's very little interaction, but if your hostess can call one of her friends out and say, hey, Jasmine, which one, and you can even start the process. There's a post that has nothing on it, but you see that people have seen it. You can click on the people who have seen it and you can call them out. And what I mean by call them out, I don't mean that in a bad way, but let's just say I put a post up and I see you 2 are on there. I see Jasmine's on there. I see Amber's on there. And I'm not even sure Morgan might still be on here. It says I only have 2, but so someone's left. But regardless, whoever it is, I see you 3 have looked at it. I can say, hey, Jasmine, can you think of anywhere in your house that you would really love this? And then you could even, if you had to, reach out to your friend, reach out to the hostess and say, hey, I just put a question on there for Jasmine. Can you go in there and maybe comment where you could see her putting that in her house? At that point, you've called Jasmine out. Now, Amber has gone in and commented, oh my gosh, Jasmine, that would look so good in your kitchen. That's the same theme. Whatever, guys, whatever. But part of it is the excitement. If you're not excited and you're ho-hum-drum, guess what? Your parties are going to be ho-hum-drum too. You need to get on there with big personality. You need to get on there, and this is the absolute best wax in the whole wide world. This is winterberry apple tea. Now, you could have that, and they're already going, well, dang, she's really excited about that. Or I can go, okay, so this is a fruity scent. It's called winterberry apple tea. If you like the strong fruit scents, you're going to love this. Okay, you see the difference? The difference is in how you perceive it based on how that information is being given to you. If you are excited about something, everyone else around you is going to be excited about it too. Get excited, guys, especially when you're talking about the items that your hostess wants. Okay, so anyway, this is just their reminder. Again, this is 4 days before the party, reminding them that they need to interact. That really is the most important. And hopefully, as these messages are going out, your hostess is responding back to you, which gives you even more opportunity to really kind of jump in there and go, girl, that really is the most important thing. If you're not interacting, it's going to be kind of dead, because it's just going to be kind of dead. Okay, so now we're on the interacting. Now, 3 days before, here is the first seed that I'm going to plant about them joining. And this just says, knock, knock, who's there? Yep, can't read the rest of that because it's so small. But it's just the first seed about them joining. And it says, hey, I'm just checking in again. Your social starts in 3 days. I'm so excited. Do you have any questions? And then boom. Also, I want to let you know that your host rewards can also be used towards a starter kit for $39 or less once you reach the minimum $200 party. Okay. When you automatically unlock a hostess reward kit, when you hit 200, and it's for $59. Okay. If that person, once they hit 200, they also have $20 in free product. That $20 can be used to knock down that $59 kit to $39. So I always put this in here, and it's just, and you can see it. If you have any questions about how you can flip your party and earn the commission on it, I'd be happy to chit chat. So this is not a, hey, have you ever considered joining? This is, hey, I just want to let you know that that's an option. So it's just planting that seed, and then I'm going to have to water it a little bit later. Okay. And part of, in my party, hopefully I will be watering that seed a little bit, because there's going to be other seeds thrown out then. But this one is directly just to the hostess. And this one is 4 days before. Okay. Next. Okay. So 2 days before. So this tips and tricks is the same exact piece of paper that they got in their packet when I sent it to them, that just says, hey, thank you for hosting. Here's some tips and tricks. And all it is talking about commenting again, making sure that who they invite, not to mass invite, so on and so forth. So I'm just reiterating, they're going to have this picture which has these tips and tricks. And it says, I just want to take a few minutes to set a few goals. Okay. I want to set goals. I want you to know what I expect from you and what I need you to do to make this successful. Make sure you're inviting people that you think will love Scentsy. Sometimes messaging them directly is better. So what I'm doing here is I'm giving them hints. I'm saying, hey, girl, don't mass invite. Instead, send them an actual message and be like, hey, every time you come to my house, you talk about how good it smells. I just wanted to let you know I'm having an event right now, and I just think you should come to it. I think you should see what it's all about. So having a one-on-one or convincing them to have a one-on-one sometimes is the best thing that you can do. I don't recommend mass invites. And keep in mind that at this point, so right now we are 3 days before the party starts. So at this point, I have just created their group. I've invited them to it. And because that 7-day mark, I don't have it open that early. I usually will invite the hostess to their group about 3 days before it starts. That very first day, there's just going to be some interactions. There's going to be welcoming everybody and trying to get people to talk. The day before or the day after that, the day before the party starts, I'm going to do a game, some sort of interaction, or one thing that I plan to do at this point is kind of like Aaron said, I'm going to start doing a let's poke the problem. Let's do a poll and see what they want, because then you can cater your party directly to them. Obviously, the more the merrier. The biggest trick is to engage. Your guests are supporting you, not me. So be sure to comment, engage. So guys, that's the thing. Share, post, and tag people. I'm just reiterating the same thing over and over and over. And I'm not good with retaining like who said what and who this person was. Do you go live every day in the party? I try to, and I'm going to touch on that right after I finish this, or my squirrel brain will forget it. And I think I already forgot it. Talking about, I think I forgot it. I think I lost it. There's another squirrel. Did you see him over there? I think I was talking about, basically, it's just me again, reiterating how important it is for them to talk to their people, because I really do think that that's the part of it. So do I go live every day in the party? I try to go live at least the first day with just a brief introduction. I do try to go live. So whatever topic I'm talking about that day, so like if the first day is wax and warmers, I may go live and show them me changing the wax. When we had the really big cotton cleanups, that was always what I would do. I have a setup either downstairs or up here at all times that has at least 4 warmers. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't always keep them on because 4 warmers with wax and all of them is a lot. But when I have a party going, I will typically make sure that they do so that I can demonstrate a cotton cleanup. I don't have the new cotton cleanups yet, so I don't know how much they're going to absorb. I don't know if they're going to absorb, 4 or 5 warmers, or if it's just going to be 2 or 3. So I will do that differently once I get them and once I can try them. But I would demonstrate that the day that I'm doing diffusers and talking about those, I usually will go live with my deluxe diffuser, because I'm going to be honest with you, as beautiful as the premiums are, the deluxe is still my favorite, because I'm one of those people, I don't want to have to add water every day and restart it every day. So I have 2 of the deluxe diffusers, and I tell them that. One of them is in my office. I only run it while I'm in here. The other one is next to my bed, and I only run it when I'm sleeping at night. So I have one running at all times, but I can usually get away almost 3 days before I have to add water. So I will demonstrate that. As we get into some of the other things, if I use that hostess list, whatever it is that they like, I definitely want to go live and talk about that item, but I want to do it on the day that we're already focusing on that. So there are times that I only go live 3 times throughout the whole thing. But I do try to go live. I think that that's important. And I'm going to throw this out there, Jasmine. It doesn't always have to be a live. If you can record something that's just really good, for example, using the cotton cleanups to change your wax, if you can record that, and I would still change it, I would re-record it every 6 months so that you're using warmers that are still available. I think that it's totally okay to use those. And the reason I think it's okay to use those is because it just makes you real. If they never see me, if I never go live and talk to them, then I feel like they don't really know me. Where if they're seeing my face, they're seeing my house, they're seeing stuff about me, it just makes it more personal. So even if, like on the laundry day, it may totally be a reel that I've done, or me somewhere where I've recorded me doing Scentsy Fresh on my bed, stuff like that. I think that that's just as effective. Oh, thank you, Haley. I wasn't sure who's still there because I can only see 2 people. So I'm like, I'm not sure who it is. But I just want to say, like, I do think that a recording is just as good as going live, because at least they're seeing your face. Your problem is every time to go, what? Oh, you don't have time to go live every time. Absolutely. And that's where I think those recordings come in so handy, because you can schedule them. Let's face it, you can schedule them, and that's a great thing. So I would say one or the other. If you can go live, then do it. If you can't, then I would say have a recording of whatever it is that day, and try to have one every day if you can. Just super easy. Okay, so we are now 3 days before, and now I'm giving her the tips and tricks that I want her to do to make her party successful, or his party successful. Okay, now we have this invite. This is just a graphic, and it says this is a cute graphic that you can use on social media to invite your friends. And it just says, yeah, I'm having an online Scentsy party, whatever. So I just tell them, and again, this is still at the point, this is still that 3 days. I think we're still at 3 days. Let me double check that. So yeah, this is actually 2 days before. So this one here is just a graphic that just says, hey, and it's something else for them to put. By this point, most of the time, everyone is already in the party that's going to be in it. But this is that last ditch effort of adding somebody that may be interested that maybe they don't even know. And again, I haven't told them to put anything on their personal page yet or on their social outlets. So this is my first time doing that. This is saying, hey, here's a cute graphic you can use on your social media to invite other friends that you may not have thought of. Because you never know. You may have that one friend that knows and loves Scentsy and didn't know you did. Okay. Now, one day before, now this message right here to me is so important. And again, this is the day before. And it's another just cute little graphic. And again, these are all going as text messages. Hey, it's me again. I wanted to check in with you and see how it's going. Are you ready and excited about your social? I know I am. So be thinking about the folks you've invited. When your social hits $200, which will happen faster than you think, that opens up the opportunity for you to gain an additional half off item. How? If one person books an event with me, you get another half off. So now we're talking about, hey, Christy. So now we're talking about that perpetual party reward. And you're going to give it to them no matter what. Please don't ever not give them that perpetual party reward. But this is the time, right? But literally the day before the party starts to go, hey, who do you think might be most interested in hosting? Because later we're going to call that person out, and you want them to give you a name. And the reason you want them to give you a name, and it says that's the last thing, is who do you think is most likely to host a social of their own? Because I'm going to throw Christy in there. If Jasmine's having the party for Amber and she says, Amber, who do you think is most likely? Or Morgan, because I think Amber may have been the one that left. I'm not sure. But anyway, it still says 2. So I don't know. All of y'all might be there. But anyway, regardless of what name I use. So if Jasmine's hosting for Amber and she says, Amber, which one of your friends are most likely? Oh, well, I don't know. I think Christy really likes Scentsy. I think she would do it. But Morgan does too. So she might also. You see where I'm going with that? You're getting names before the event ever starts, so that you can use it that way. Okay, let's see. When I first started, I didn't know what the perpetual party reward was. I wasted it for a good yes. And that's part of it. I think a lot of people miss that reward, and I hate that. I mean, so when I do my hostess training, and it's ever evolving, hostess training, my new recruit training, it's ever evolving. And I just think there's so much when you first start that sometimes it's hard to catch everything. So I try to talk about it a lot so that everyone knows it's there. But anyway, okay, sorry, my husband's texting me. But anyway, so this is where I want to get those names. Now, what's going to happen when I'm doing my party? I'm going to bring that up. The minute she hits $200 in orders, I'm going to put a post up that's going to say, and I say the minute, you know what I mean? As soon as I realize that she's hit 200, I'm going to put a post up that's going to say, hey guys, you're, such and such just hit $200 and she now has one half off item and $20 in free product rewards. Which one of you would like to host next so that your friend can get another half off? And then at that point, you already have those names in the back of your head, and you could type it as a comment, put the post up, and then put a comment that says, Haley, I'm pretty sure Jasmine told me that you really love Scentsy. What do you say? You want to give your friend an extra half off? And so that's the start of that. That's how you're already starting to build that momentum. Okay, now let me keep going down. Okay. So now this is the day of the party, and this is a picture of my grandbaby's smelling wax. I know what that picture is. And it says, now this is just going to the hostess. It's going to say, hey girly, I want to spoil your guest with some free goodies. I have 10 sample packets available to ship, but I want to make sure that the 10 most interested guests gets first dibs. Think of the people who you've invited me and message me their info so that they can get their goodies before the social is over. The reason I do this is because I feel like their friends, whoever is hosting, knows their friends better than you do. And they may have some that are like best friends. So here's the thing. When they give me those 10 names and I can see those people in the party, I'm going to go to the party and I'm going to private message them. And I'm going to be like, hey girl, your girl over here, she said that you should get one of my free sample packs. What do you think? All I need is your address. I'll mail it out to you today. You'll get it before the party ends. What this does is tells their friend that their other friend was thinking of them, that, hey, my friend is not just trying to get free Scentsy and half off and wants me to place an order for that. Instead, she's actually thinking about me and she wants me to get this free sample pack. So I try to do that, and I try to get 10 names. After that, and I do sample packs. Mine are all small, and I try to make sure that they fit in an envelope because I don't want to be spending a whole lot of money sending a whole bunch of stuff. I will usually have one bigger item at the end of the event, but initially I want it to be able to mail for one stamp. So I'm going to do a newsletter. It's going to have the 10 news cents just in a sticker, a scented sticker. It's going to have an invite to my Facebook customer group. It might even have an entry for my end of the month. It's not love brag tag. I do a Rusty's Roadie or Rusty's raffle. So I might put a ticket in there. And then sometimes I'll add I will definitely add a product sheet. I'm looking over here because that's where my stuff is. I'll do a product sheet, and sometimes I'll do a scent of the month flyer if I have one left, which isn't very often. But anyway, that's what it's going to have in it. And again, all this is doing is already dragging them in. This is already bringing those people in and getting them excited about the party, excited about getting free samples in the mail, but putting that party at the forefront of their mind. Okay. And that again was the day of. So now my Hostess Coaching incorporates actually thanking them afterwards. So this is going to be 15 days after the event. Okay. And this is just a picture that says, thank you for having a party with me or something. I just want to say thank you again for hosting a scent event with me. I hope you're happy with the results. I would be honored to help with an event for you anytime you'd like. I can also open up a personal shopping link that can stay open for up to 90 days anytime you'd like. So if you see me post something up and coming that you want and you want to get it at a discount, that's a great way to do it. To get all of the rewards, you get all of the rewards. If you'd like to know more, let me know. This is also a place, and I may actually change the verbiage because I really think that this is a great time to lock them in for 6 months down the road. This would be a good time to say, hey, I hope you're happy with the results. I hope you got lots of good stuff. Can I go ahead and add you to the books for whatever month, 6 months down the road, when the new catalog hits, something like that. So incorporate getting another party booked into that. And then here's another one that's host again. This one is 178-day delay. So this one is likely going to be that 6-month mark. And it's, hey, I was looking at my books today and I realized it's been 6 months. I'm so smart. It's been 6 months since you hosted an event. And every 6 months we launch a new catalog. Would you be interested in hosting again? It's that simple, guys. And that's part of why I really, really, really love Project Broadcast, because literally once I said it, I forget it. And so it literally carries me through that 6 months later. Okay. It's going to send them a message. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a boards version of the very same thing. Now, the difference in Project Broadcast and boards is that with Project Broadcast, it's going to send those messages immediately once you set it up. It's a campaign. It's going to drip. It's going to keep dripping, dripping, dripping like coffee, which means I probably need to have another sip. It's lukewarm now. And my throat is dry from talking too much. Okay, so sorry. Back to reality. Side now. Okay, so this is the boards version. So the Project Broadcast version, it's going to take you through it automatically. It's just going to do it for you. It's so easy. If that is not in your budget, it is okay. You will get there. If it's not in your budget, you just had to make, I know, girl. I'm like, if my coffee pot wasn't all the way downstairs, I might be refreshing that one. But I'm going to get through this and then I'll go have some. So this, if you cannot afford Project Broadcast, then I highly recommend that you start with boards. Need to plug my computer in. I'm looking over there at that battery. There we go. So boards is free and you can put your Hostess Coaching in there. I probably should change these so that in here it actually says when to post them. That's the one thing I haven't done. But this one here, look, you can see the other one's bigger now. So this is pretty much the same exact thing that you saw in the other one. It's just in boards, which you can share. I probably just need to change this to say 7 days before. In this particular one, I've changed it because this was when I decided to start doing all of my hostesses in the same group for that month. So rather than having a party every week, I decided when I do Facebook parties, I'm really trying hard to steer away from Facebook parties. But when I do them, if I can pull it off, I only want to do one per month, but invite all of my hostesses to it so that I'm only doing all that work once. So in this case, that's what this one is for. It says, good morning, ladies. Yay, I'm excited that you said yes to a scent event or a scent shop. I'm trying something new and I'm doing all 3 of your events at the same time. Now, obviously here, I would change this. And again, this is something that every time you do it, you can customize it. With the Project Broadcast, it's going to be the same message unless you change it. It'll be the same message every time. With this one, I'm literally pulling this up, copying it, and pasting it in a message to them through Messenger, most likely. It can also be through a text message, but most often these are going through. So in this case, I created a group chat with all 3 of the ladies that were having a social at the same time. And I put it in there. So it's a one and done. I'm hitting all 3 of them or all 5 of them or all however many you have all at the same time. Good morning, ladies. So I love doing these online get-togethers and meeting new people while sharing what I love. It's super important that you turn on your notifications in the event group so that you're sure to see everything. You commenting on as many posts and responding to your friends will help the algorithms. It's totally okay if you can't post when they first hit, but at some point each day, if you can jump in there and respond, that will help tremendously. If you have questions now or during the Facebook events, please reach out. I'm happy to answer them. Here's the group, and then I send them the invite to that group. Start inviting your friends and sharing it on your social. The event will start on Monday, but I'll be posting over the weekend to keep interaction up. Oh, and this is a brand new style that I'm super excited to see how it goes. I think it's going to be great. So that's going to be my first message to them. And I'm going to put, some of these cute little things with it. And I always put different, like this one here is just a thank you for hosting. This is telling them their hostess rewards, notifications. I like to give myself different options. Okay. Check out all the ways to host. Also, all of the possible rewards. My goal is to get you as many rewards as I can. And again, this is going to be the same 7 days out. And it just shows, and these are all just things that I've saved along the way. I'm trying to see if I can find. So, and these I could send them all as well, but this is just, telling them a difference between a sip and sniff and whatever. This is the hostess tips that I showed you in that other one that was actually, I think it went out the day before, but this is just something, and they also get a copy of this. I print this and I send it to them as well so that they know. And so that's what the tips and tricks are. I'm glad I can see them a little bit bigger here. I'm trying to see if I have the other one. I know in that first one I saw one of them. So this was the one that just shows them their host rewards, just so that they know what they're getting. I don't see the other one, but anyway, it may pop up in there. So this one here is, I wanted to take a few minutes for the goals. This is the same thing. Now, I'm going to say this. With Project Broadcast, you're limited to 2,000 characters, I think. To where this, you see that some of them are a little bit longer. They can be longer because there's not that limit. So there's some pros and cons to both. But anyway, again, we're just reiterating. The biggest trick is to get your people to engage. Your event will be open for about a week. Your friends don't know me, so it's important that you include them and interact. Want to step it up? Have a hostess of the bat or battle of the hostesses. So this one here. So this one here is the picture that was in there that I said it was just a picture of friends. And it just says, your friends are here for you, so be sure to include them. If you see something that you think they will like, be sure to tag them in it. Friends are gifts. And I also have this one. So these are just different ones that I've made for you, that I've made just to use for these. Share the love, invite your friends. So that's all that is. Next is thank your friends. Be sure to thank your friends when they order. I will place a thank you in the party page and tag them as they order. It's important that you thank them as well. Maybe use a GIF so it really pops. Their orders are what's going to bring you the biggest rewards. Okay. Wish list. Okay, this should show me the wish list. It will. I'm so excited to be helping you with this. In your Sent Social box, I've provided lots of information. So it's, again, just reiterating the same thing. This is the picture that I try to get for their wish list. So it's saying, this is stuff that I want for myself. This is stuff for my home. This is stuff for my car. And this is maybe stuff that I want to buy for a friend for an upcoming wedding or a baby shower or a birthday party or whatever. And again, I can share any of these with you guys. Join. We're going to do the same thing. Boards does not post for you. If you have an iPhone, you can pull boards up on your phone. So it gives it its own keyboard. So if you're in Facebook and you go to make a post, you can hit that little world looking thing at the bottom and it will pull your boards up. And because I think it just makes its own keyboard. I believe it was Alex said that it does not work. It's not as user friendly for Androids. But with Androids, it'll still pull it up. You just have to physically hit copy and paste. With an iPhone, when you go to make your post in Facebook, you click on that little world looking thing at the bottom. it brings up your boards, and when you touch it, it puts that verbiage in that post for you. You don't have to do anything else. I mean, it literally, you touch it, it's there. And you can still change it before you actually post it as well. Okay, hey, just checking in. Your social starts soon. I'm so excited. Do you have any questions? And again, also, I want to let you know that your host rewards can be used towards a starter kit. So there's that first seed to join. And then I just do these so that I can choose different ones. It's just, I just want to, this is the one that was there. Knock, knock, who's there? It's opportunity. That was what I couldn't read. It's opportunity. Join my team. So these are just different things that I have created or found somewhere else to try to get people to join. So that's that first one. And then we're doing the same one. Friends, host, text. Hey, girly, want to check in with you and see how it's going. Be thinking about the folks that you've invited. And this goes right back. It's the same exact thing that you saw in Project Broadcast, just using a different app to do it. And then I tell them, if you can get one person to book, you're going to get another half off. And again, these are just different things that I've found. I made this one up here, but that's all it is. And then the last one is after the party. I don't have the 6-month one in my boards app because, to be honest with you, I don't think 6 months later I'm going to remember to go and do it. With this, I'm going to remember to go in here and get this when we actually close their party out. So, excuse me, that went down the wrong pipe. Good Lordy. I'm choking on my own saliva. Okay. So my last one is after the party ends. We've closed out her hostess rewards. I just want to say thank you again for hosting Ascent Social. I hope you're happy with the results. I would be, got some typos there. I would be honored to host a social for you anytime you'd like. And it just tells them about the personal shopping link. So that is what I do. Now, I will tell you that I have somebody else's board in here. Let me find it. That somebody else did. And I peeked at it and I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. If I can find it. I swear I saw it right before. Oh, I'm sorry. It was in Project Broadcast. So this one here, this is one that somebody else uses. She has 12 messages. And it's one that she shared. So I was like, oh, let me see. And so she had some different takes on it as well. But I haven't looked over all of it. But let's work. She does the party invites, follow up to make sure that they invited them, follow up with those attending, participation, be active, make a post. And that's kind of cool. Like she's sending them, today would be a great time for you to pop on and make a post in your party. Consider sharing a video, a picture, or even be brave and go live. And I do think that that's a big thing. If the more, again, it just goes back to that, the more interaction you can get from your hostess, if they're posting pictures. I've had some hostesses that do that where whatever I'm talking about that day, they jump in and they're like, this is my favorite warmer. It's the coffee mug, whatever. But it's just awesome if you can get them to really participate like that. So, okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay, so I think that's all I've got. I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions or there's anything more that you want to see, actually, if you have any questions, type those in now. I think I've caught all of them. I'm glad I saw this. So I want to go back to Jasmine talking about trying to do something different. So I have started a Project Broadcast campaign. It's the same one we talked about at World Tour. And I'm finally getting a couple people to actually test it and try it out. So far I've had 2 people that are actually trying it right now. And it seems to be working. It seems to be, and it actually isn't costing as much money as I thought it might cost, because the ones that have hit it so far seem to know what Scentsy is. And so they're just, I mean, one of them said, hey, I want to see the catalog. Let me see while I'm not sharing my screen if it's something that I can find super easy that will not give away too much information. Okay, so I think this one will work. Okay, I'm going to go back and share my screen since I already have them up. Give me 1 second. Share. Okay. So, all right, let me get rid of that. Okay, so this is a chick, Kim, and hopefully I'm making sure that there's no, okay, I think I'm good. It's not showing, yes, I'm going to rewatch and check out boards. Okay, very cool. And I'll show you some more on boards before I disconnect off here. So this is one where the person, I got their information and I said, hi, Kim, my name is Becky. Emily gave me your phone number for her Scentsy text party. This is a super laid back, go at your own pace. And she just gave me the thumbs up. So then I started the Emily, which is what starts it. I deleted the message because I realized that I had Becky in there instead of Emily. So in her case, it got deleted. But then the first one just gives them the, hey, if you've heard of Scentsy, choose A. If you've never heard of Scentsy, choose B. So here she chose A, and then all the rest of this is automated. I didn't have to do anything. Like, I didn't even know that she had responded at this point. The good thing about it is that I can see that she responded, so I know how far she goes through them. But it says, perfect. I love meeting others. You guys have seen this because this is the same party that I shared. And if any of you are on here that have not seen it, if you sign up for a free Project Broadcast number, I can give you a referral code. I will send it to you so that you can see it as well. But anyway, it gives her the option. See, I would like my host shopping link. I want to flip through a virtual catalog, or I want to hear about this month's specials. So she chose D for the keyword, which then takes her to the catalog and lets her open it up right here. She can flip through it till her heart's content. And then to continue on your adventure, I want to either go to my host shopping link or I want to hear about this month's specials. And she chose C. And here's where it says, yay, you're ready to place your order. You already know what you want. Then she can click here. It's going to redirect her to my website. And this reminds her to select the party of her friend so that she makes sure that her friend gets credit for that. And then she did. She placed an order. And so then the next day I sent her a good afternoon, just reaching out to say thank you. Is it okay for me to send anything? And in this case, I messed up because I pushed it and sent it to her early and it was still morning and I'd said afternoon. So anyway, thank you. And then she placed another order. So then I said, thank you for your second order too. Now, this is going to be a person that I will follow up with and say, hey, what do you think about hosting your own event? Because you just placed 2 orders back to back. Clearly you like Scentsy. So I'm not going to do it right away. I'm going to probably give her package time to actually get there. And then I'm going to reach out. And by then we should be done with Emily's part of it. So anyway, okay. So Jasmine, hopefully that answered your new way. I know we've talked about it, but it's definitely seems to be working. Okay. So I'm going to go back to boards real quick. So here's a spring summer 2024 party that somebody else has already shared. This is the great thing about boards, guys, is if people are out there sharing their boards, a lot of your work is done for you and you just don't even realize it. Now, I'm going to say this. Jasmine, I know that you currently use Visly, and I'm going to tell you that I was wholehearted Visly user. I didn't cancel it, but I've gone down to the free account and it's only posting to my VIP group now, which is just interactive post. But the difference between Visly and boards is that I was more involved when I was using boards, excuse me, because I was scheduling those posts every day. Sometimes I would post out 2 days in advance. But I felt like I was more connected to the party, even if it was not a great one. Meaning that if somebody, was in there or a hostess wasn't interacting a whole lot, I still had to go there every day and put those posts in so I could comment or would comment quicker than maybe what I would have if I thought Bisley was just doing its thing and it wasn't an issue. So I still would say I prefer boards over Bisley. I know with Visly, people can share templates too, but I'm saying that so that you understand that just like you can find a Visly template, you can find a boards template. So this is one that someone has already put in. They put some games in here. And these are all new to me, which I just think is awesome. And I have not looked at this yet. This person has some extra photos. I mean, just look at these. This is just freaking amazing. And then day one intro, welcome Scentsy lovers. And this is where I would never say Scentsy lovers. So this is where you need to change this so that it sounds more like you. Me, I'd be like, welcome folks, how y'all doing? Just kidding. But anyway, so, and then you can just click here and it's going to show, have you ever hated how your house smells when you walk in from a long day? So this is again, I need to go through it and look at it, but this is one, I'm guessing this here is the chick. There we go. I forgot her name too. Is it Emma maybe? Anyway, she shared it. She's amazing. So these are all things where you can go in and you would just totally change this to fit you. Now I'm going to show you. So I used to keep up with Scent and Warmer of the Month. I've stopped doing that because I just do it a different way now. But if I'm highlighting it in a party, that was why I did this, because then I could just click on it and you can see this one goes back to 2022. And I can still keep changing them. But the reason for doing this was because it just made it easy when you get to that post that says, hey, did you know? Hey, Courtney. Where it says, hey, did you know that we come out with a new Scent and Warmer of the Month every month? This was just a place to put it there. I think I will try it because I agree with Bisley. I rely on it and may not be as involved. I wonder, too, if algorithms would be better because of not hauling a third-party posting app. Absolutely. And so I will tell you, I kind of gave up on Bisley a while ago as far as posting for my parties. I just feel like that, I don't know if it's just that Facebook's caught on to it. And so they're, I don't know what it is, but I will tell you, I was more involved with boards, and just the switch from Bisley to boards helped, in my opinion. It just did. So anyway, so these are all boards. So this here is my fall winter party. So this one here is a 2023 layout. This is my current one that I was doing for fall winter. Again, I've always done these 7-day parties. I think I'm really going to try hard to jump in and get them down to 3 days. And then this one here is a launch party if I have a newbie. That's the great thing, is literally like you can just keep having boards after boards after boards. And then you can even, like, sometimes I'll pull somebody else's in and then I'm like, yeah, I'm not really crazy about it, but I might keep it just because it allows more stuff. So here's somebody else's onboarding. And I really love helping out with these. This is my onboarding, which I now do in Project Broadcast. And again, for something like that, I'm posting for the first 70 days to these people. So I have moved this board over to my Project Broadcast. So anyway, this is just your, here's another party template, intro, all that kind of stuff. So there's all kinds of stuff that you can find on boards that's really no different than what you would find anywhere else. People are still going to offer and help. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. I had no idea I had already been on here an hour. I'm so sorry. I wasn't planning on that, but I hope it's been helpful. If you guys have any questions or you've seen anything and you say, ooh, I want more information on that. Hey, Contessa. Um, if there's anything else you guys want, just let me know. I'm happy to share my boards with you. I'm happy to share my project broadcast with you. I can't share. I mean, I can share bundles. They're called bundles and project broadcast. But if you want one of my bundles, I'll send it to you. You can import it to yours. And same thing with boards. I'm happy to share my boards with you. So if there's anything you guys need, reach out. Thank you for showing up today for Tuesday training. Bye, guys.